What's up? What's up? This is your girl, Felicia, Lynette, Refocused, and we are getting ready to talk about healing. Do me a favor, grab your partners, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and we're getting ready to get into it. We got another hot topic for you. Are y'all ready? Go ahead on and grab that glass of wine and let's get on into it. Let's do it. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Felicia, Lynette, Refocused, and I am back with another hot topic. Are you all ready to get into this? It is time to get into this day, you guys, and it is time to get into this topic. Before I get into this topic, y'all know we're going to get into some product real quickly. So let's go over this product. Y'all know I have these fitted t-shirts, the Refocused t-shirts here, the fitted ones with the v-neck. And then I also have the crew neck ones here. And you all know just to inbox me for those until that website gets back up running. And then I also have the tumblers in both sizes. I have the coffee mugs, and these come in two sizes as well. And then I have the traveling coffee mugs. And then I have the frosted wine glass. And last but absolutely not least, I have my book. I need you all to go to Amazon or Barnes and Nobles if you all have not purchased my book and get my book Situations. A lot of times I'm sharing excerpts from my book when I'm doing this show. Get this book. You don't want to be without it. It will definitely change your life. It's called Situations, or you can look it up by my name. Look it up by Felicia Lynette. And so I'm getting ready to get into this topic now, okay? I always like to get the product out the way so I can get into the nitty-gritty of this topic. All right, today's topic, we're talking about trauma resulting from alienation of affection. But before I get into this topic, y'all know my girl Miranda is out sick today, right? So I got a special guest co-host with me today by the name of Kanoy Brown. You all give it up for Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, say hello to the people.
Good evening, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I know it was last minute, but I appreciate you accepting. Yeah, but
exactly.
you know.
Hey,
you're a professional, so you know what to do, right?
We jump right on in.
We're going to jump right on in. So today, Kanoy, we are talking about trauma resulting from alienation of affection. And I shared a little bit with the Facebook people today, talking about my story. And let me just share it with you. I don't even know if you had a chance to look at it today. But I shared a little bit just talking about when I was married, that I spent many days being lonely while being in a marriage. My ex-husband was a gamer. And so he spent all of his time playing video games. And meanwhile, I was in the house, just in the other room, just by myself. And a lot of things took place during that time. I cooked, I cleaned, I spent time watching TV, but just by myself. And let me dispel before you all out there start getting all into, well, maybe you weren't having sex with him. Let me go and put that out there, because I know that's getting ready to be in somebody's mind. For 365 days of the year for 5 years, I think I'd get the calculation. It came to 1,825 times I had sex with that man. Maybe once or twice out of that time.
I was wondering what that number was.
Yeah.
How'd you get that number?
365 days in a year.
Okay.
Times 5 years. That's how long we were married.
Okay.
I had sex every day.
Okay. That's another subject, but there's no way.
I never said no. I came from the old school that believed in the scripture, your body belonged to your husband.
Yeah.
So I never said no. And I never had to say no. He never even had to ask.
Every day?
Every day. Every day. I'm not even making this up. I kid you not.
I want to go with that, but I mean, it just that every day. Like,
it don't matter if you don't believe it or not.
I mean, it's not believable. I mean, but it's every day. Like, dude.
Every single day. Every single day. And I'm not even exaggerating. So before you all throw that out there and just try, I want to dispel that was not the issue.
Of course, that wasn't.
Maybe
that was the issue.
No,
that was too much. I mean, that could have been an issue.
That's what he liked.
Let me play. Oh, okay, that was his.
That's what he liked. That wasn't necessarily.
I thought he was playing a game to run from you, like.
See how you do.
I'm serious.
He was running from me because that was me.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't that. It was that's what he liked, and so I gave to what he liked.
Well, that's cool.
But so even through that, I still dealt with being married but being lonely. Today, I am single and alone, but not lonely.
That's two different things.
Two different things. Then I was married and lonely. I dealt with rejection. I dealt with not feeling like I was adequate enough. I dealt with the "what's wrong with me" syndrome.
Yeah.
How do you battle that? How do you come from that? How do you combat that? And there were a lot of emotions that I had to deal with, and a lot of things that I had to deal with that I don't even think that people understood. In fact, I made us look like we were the perfect couple.
Outside looking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was a pastor, so most of my members thought, oh my God.
That's what
I
a
wanna
relationship
be,
goes. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I want to be just like y'all. And they had no idea that I covered him. I made him look like he was the best husband
And that's what
possible.
you're supposed to do.
Until I could no longer cover him. And then they start saying, wait a minute, this isn't the him I knew. This is the him we thought we knew. You know, because I was no longer covering him, I allowed all of that to be exposed now because we're no longer together. But even in that, you know, I still found myself saying, how did we get here? Because at one time, the relationship had affection. At one time, the relationship had love, or else we wouldn't have never been together. You know, and for the people out there that are suffering, and it may be some out there that are still in relationships, still trying to figure out, how do I get past this alienation of affection? Or I know my husband loved me, or I know my wife loved me, they just don't know how to show it. You know, what would you say from a man's perspective to a woman?
I wanted to kind of jump in there because I wanted to play team man, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times I think in relationships, and where I've experienced in relationships, well, the woman assumed that we know what's wrong.
Oh my God, yeah.
Assume that we're mind readers.
Yeah.
Now we're supposed to pay attention to our mate. We're supposed to learn our mate. We're supposed to learn what ticks her, what drives her. I get that. It's work in relationships. Mm-hmm. But I think communication can solve a whole lot of relationship issues.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because guess what now? In your alienation, I can guarantee you told your friend girl.
Probably told her exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But why you didn't tell him? Say, babe, give me an hour off the game. Let's walk. Let's do the part. But you see what I'm saying? No, we go outside the house, telling everybody our problem. But the person we got the problem with, help me help you.
But if in fact, can I play devil's advocate on that point for a moment? What if I told him? Okay,
that's another thing.
Because I'm very communicable. What if I told him and there was no response?
Yeah.
Then I don't know how to come back from that, because now I feel like not only are you alienating me, you're ignoring me.
Not paying attention to me, ignoring me. Yeah.
So how do I now come back from that and say I still am not feeling heard? Now I feel like I'm being rejected. So now you got a whole different set of emotions.
Now I'm giving you PTSD.
You know what I'm saying? We just dealt with this last week. We just dealt with the PTSD last week.
But you know what? I think one of the best books I read was Women from Venus Mars. Yeah. And it is, I swear to you, that is exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And I think relationship, man, it's so much work.
It is a lot of work, and people got to be willing to put in the work. I think that you hit on something when you said the lack of communication, because I think I got this further down in my notes that talks about that men people are not mind readers, and I think that sometimes women, we do get the point. Women, I need y'all to hear me. We do find ourselves wanting the man to just pick up on how we are feeling right then. Like, you're supposed to know. Like,
I do not. I'm not Dr. Phil. You know what I mean?
I have this thing that I always say, because I never know. People ask me what I want for Christmas, things like that. You know, especially when I was married. I never know. I never know. But I always say, you're supposed to, like, why don't you know these things? Like, if I got an empty bottle of perfume sitting on my dresser, why don't you know that bottle of perfume is empty?
Because I never touched this bottle.
Right. So why don't I just tell you I want that perfume?
Yeah, like, I don't touch the bottle.
I get it. On one hand, I get it. But on the other hand,
You want us to jump to it, because that make you feel special, make you feel like you're appreciative, make you feel like we're paying attention. Because I don't walk by, I'm like, okay, that's getting low. Let me just go and pick up a bottle before she even act.
Yeah.
It's almost like me seeing the garbage can full and walking by it every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some stuff we're just supposed to do as a man, but at the same time, like I said, you all are the nurturers. I always say that.
But what is it about you all that you all can't be nurturing as well?
We
are
can be, but
supposed to.
that's not.
We are supposed to be givers to one another. We are supposed to be submissive to one another.
But what is his name? He made a post today. He shared a post today. He said, make sure. What is his name? He was in the thing with us at Yarbers. What's this guy's name? Anyway, he was one of the
roasters.
Yeah, Brian.
Okay, yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
He shared a post today. He said, fellas, make sure you get a wife that want to be a wife and just not a bride.
Yeah.
And that made so much sense to me because a lot of times we look at the glamour, we look at the wedding, but the wedding one day.
Yeah,
we talking about a lifetime of
marriage, and about 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what we got to look at when you get involved. You got to make sure they're
but
here.
Okay, but we can say that let's turn the page. Men, make sure you want to say make sure you get a woman that wants to be a wife and not just a bride. But y'all got to make sure that you get. Or we got to make sure that we get
a man that wants to be a husband.
That wants to be a husband and not just want
totally
intimacy
agree with
for the night or for a few nights.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that, but we're lazy. I'll be honest. I tell you, the guys that going to be mad, we lazy.
Now, I will say that's the one thing I enjoy about your shows. You don't mind saying what's
it's the truth.
Speaking the truth, especially if
I
it
be
means
giving away all the guys little secrets.
Yeah.
But I swear though, we're so lazy, man. Because you have to think about how we was raised. Our grandparents and grandfather, they weren't big communicators. They wasn't. They didn't fix problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Granddad be outside, grandma in there fussing. What do you do? Walk out, go out there and play with the hoes or something, and then come back at night when she sleep. You know what I'm saying? So we never seen problem solved. Yeah. We never seen. We never was taught that. You know what I mean? We was taught to run from it.
Yeah.
Give us some money, let go to the mall.
That's right.
Buy a new car, shut up. Instead of being problem resolved, we have to communicate. I'm telling you, a lot of time texting.
Yeah. You
can miscrew a text in a heartbeat. Don't mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Open your mouth. Talk.
Yeah, cause my granddaddy used to always say I never heard my granddaddy tell us he loved us, right? But he would say, I love you because the bills were paid.
Exactly.
Because you got a roof over your head.
So
that's the way things are done.
I mean, I want him, I don't think my dad ever told me to see something. I don't think my dad ever
told me.
Think about
it. Yeah,
I don't think he ever.
Yeah, old school, it just didn't happen that way.
No.
But there are signs to alienation of affection that I really want to hone in on. And when we are thinking about that and the things that a person have to deal with, and I really want to speak to this because a lot of times you will really hear the women say that they are dealing with alienation of affection more so than men. Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Because men will munch, we're not going to say it.
Yeah. Even if they deal with it.
We're not going to say
it. You're not going to say it. You'll really hear the women saying it. And I really want to maybe speak to some men out there who are listening that will probably try to figure out, what's going on. And as you mentioned, one of the signs is a lack of communication. If you are not communicating with your significant other, you may feel a little bit lonely. So, and if there's no communication, and it may not even just be no communication, but no communication on the right stuff. Exactly. If you're just talking about the sun is the sun or the weather or it was raining today, that's not those deep conversations. And you know what ends up happening? That woman ends up going to work, finding some other man at work that's going to communicate with her, and all of a sudden she got a work husband.
And I want to get it to men. Here's a little nugget. Save some energy for home. And let me explain what I'm saying.
Okay.
When I was married, and I'm a talker. I love you. Could you notice that? I like talking. So I like talking. So at work, I didn't talk out. So I get home now, I'm tired. And I'm a man of few words. She would always say, I guess you out till you didn't talk that word. You don't want to talk, Yeah. So that was like I'm like, okay. So I put that in my little notebook. Okay. Save some energy for home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. She deserves that.
Exactly.
If you can give it all to everybody else.
You gave it to everybody. Yeah. And you get home, now you're tired. And now the one you're supposed to give it to, you giving her some of the leftover scrap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That goes back.
She don't want them leftovers.
Yeah, alienation.
She wants that good energy. She wants that good conversation, and she don't want you to just be like, "Oh yeah, this is what I did today." Or no, she wants you to come on in and talk to her, get down to the nitty gritty.
Not under obligation.
Yeah.
Do it with love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And compassionate. Yeah. Show her that you are really concerned and caring about what she's feeling. Number two thing, you're not feeling any warmth or loved in the relationship. I remember this piece, Kanoy, when I was married. My ex and I, we would, a couple of little moments, maybe we were laying down watching the movie on the couch, and I would go and lay like on him. And I'm hugged all on him or rubbing on him, and he wouldn't touch me back. After laying there a couple of minutes, I just get on up.
Yeah.
Because you're not responding to my touch, and physical touch is big for me.
Yeah.
So if I don't feel the warmth, if I don't feel your touch, if I don't feel that you are as into me as I'm into you, what am I here for?
That's true.
And he would say, well, you just give me a moment. Well, how many moments you want me to give you, baby?
Because you've been laying there 15 minutes.
There. Right.
2 commercial breaks.
we done had a couple of commercial breaks, and you ain't been tapped in yet.
Yeah.
But I bet if I started, don't worry about it. Number 3.
1,500. Oh, go ahead.
Having different goals or expectations.
Having different goals.
I'm so big on this. Let me tell you why I'm big on this. I said this maybe like a couple of shows ago. People get together for different reasons. And if you get with someone, I use the term trauma bonded. If you get with someone, you're not whole, they're not whole. You connect under a trauma. Both of y'all got trauma going. So now y'all
Nobody
trauma
healed
bonded.
yet.
Either both of y'all get healed or one of y'all get healed. Now you got different goals and different expectations. And now you wake up and look like, how the hell did I end up here?
How you get here?
Right. And now you got different goals and expectations, and you're going further and further and further apart. And when you are headed in different directions, you feel disconnected.
You're going to break anyway. Something's going to have to get something.
Something is going to snap. And what do you do to fix that? Because you're going to feel alienated. Like, who is this person? Why am I here? What is that? What was that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy?
Yeah.
Oh, you start feeling like, I ain't supposed to be here for some reason.
But how many red flags you ignored before you got there?
Listen, I will say this. There are so many red flags that we see even before the marriage.
That's what I'm saying,
that we choose to ignore because we want what we want.
Instead of saying, hold up, baby, let's go get healed first. Let's go talk to somebody. Let's go some counseling.
Yeah.
And, it makes
so
both
necessary.
of us are healthy.
Yeah.
For a relationship to make it grow. But, I mean, there's so many.
If you're not healthy and I'm not healthy, why are we together? Because what good are we?
2 counsel sales.
What good are we to each other?
Exactly. Nothing.
How about this one? Inadequate quality time. I'm going to let you handle it.
So let me tell you what came to my head when you was talking about your husband was a gamer. The first thing I thought about was my ex-wife. She used the word, she said she's a great recreation partner. She don't like sports and nothing like that. But because I was a 49er fan, man, she went and got all kind of gear. You would think she was a fan, but she was just being a recreational companionship.
Okay.
And I think that's some of the stuff that in relationship that need to be done. I mean, like, I might not like knitting or quilting or whatever you do, but maybe I need to go with you and support you emotionally. Yeah. You know.
Or you got to just find that healthy thing that you all can do together.
Exactly. But I just feel like we need to support each other.
Yeah.
Like you said, we got together. Maybe it was under some trauma, or maybe it was here, whatever the case may be. But you had your hobby, I had my hobby.
Right.
Let's find us something to do together.
Yeah.
And you still do yours, but I think family time and fun time. I think that is so necessary.
It is.
It's so necessary. Go out and be silly.
Yeah. I agree. Hey, let me say hey to some people before we continue. Hey, KB. Hey, Aretha. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Tiffany. You all, don't forget to share. Make sure you all let us know where you're listening from. And I forgot to say this early on. Every time I say, go and get y'all some healing. Every time I say, go and get some healing, say, I believe I will. Put that in the comments. Go and get y'all some healing. Put it in the comments. I believe I will. Don't forget it, okay? Now, do me a favor. Go and get y'all some healing. That's my tester. Put it in the comments. I believe I will. All right, here we go. Now, what about lack of shared interest? Well, we just said that, so we don't have to cover that one. Lack of shared interest. My next one, lack of intimacy.
Every day, 365. What's that 5? That number just is astounding to me.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
When I calculated the number, I was like, wow. I can probably remember on one hand how many times it did not happen. Real talk.
Really?
And I'm not even. I can. If you called him today, he will tell you. Oh, she ain't lying.
Wow, that's amazing. But I mean,
But intimacy ain't just sex.
I was just gonna say that. That's why I was gonna go with that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna go with that. Because my thing is here, if we're not communicating, we're not feeling each other. I'm feeling alienated.
Mm-hmm.
The sex is out the question because I like you said, I'm not feeling wanted.
Yeah.
You're not touching me. We're not cuddling. You know what I mean? But my thing is, I tell a lot of men this. I think sex should start when you wake up in the morning, on her way to work. Mm-hmm. You foreplay with her all day at work through texts and you play because if you don't now.
Yeah.
That guy at work
is already doing it.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So guess what? I play with her all day. Foreplay with her all day. And then when you get home, you can do a touching.
She already ready.
You see what I'm saying? Because you've been intimate. It's mental.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's mental.
Yeah. I wanna fast forward to some things that you should talk about with your partner, and I want to give you a couple of them before we go to break, because when we come back, I want to give you the rest of them. Right? Things that you should talk about with your partner. Well, before I do that, let me say this piece here. When it comes to alienation of affection, one of the things that alienation of affection does is it causes emotional abuse. And we don't talk about this piece because we categorize emotional abuse under something else. But emotional abuse is a pattern of behavior in relationships that purposely controls, it isolates, and it punishes, it uses fear, it humiliates, it also causes harmful, as other types of abuse does, physical abuse, sexual abuse, but it can be harder to recognize because the only way you know that someone is dealing with emotional abuse is to know them. Sometimes they'll cover that up. I remember, y'all know I was married a time or two. Don't judge me with that tone of looking.
I didn't say a word. Go ahead.
But I remember my first marriage. I got married when I was 21 to get out of my mom's house, and I remember this man told me when I got ready to leave him that I was ugly, that I was stupid, nobody else would want me, and he constantly put me down. And what that did for me is it minimized me every single day. It made me feel this big. And so I walked around feeling like I was worthless and like nobody else would want me. And then so what I started doing is that when I started getting in dating relationships, I started mimicking what I thought that they wanted. I looked at past relationships that they had. I would wear my hair like past women that they used to date, or I would dress like, because I didn't know who I was. My identity was shot. Because I was trying to become who I thought these other people wanted. And so God told me for a year straight, every time you walk past a mirror, tell yourself how beautiful you are.
Wow.
And he said, every time do it, don't let people around you know why you were doing it. And it was the most bizarre thing that people around me thought I was vain. Like, they were like,
didn't even know your past.
They didn't know why I was doing it. They just kept saying, I'm
that.
walking past a mirror and I'm just like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And they were like I almost lost my best friend of 25 years. He said he didn't want to have nothing to do with me because he thought I was vain. And finally, after that year was over, I was able to tell him why. And that thing, just doing that, built up so much confidence in me because I was speaking positivity into myself based upon what someone else had put down, had torn me down all that time. And so when you're dealing with emotional abuse, it's a put down. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's something to deal with that you never think about. But people deal with it every day. And alienation of affection will have you second guessing who you are because you don't know why people don't want to be bothered with you, why they don't want to spend time with you, why they don't want to touch you, why they're not showing you a piece of themselves. It's a hard thing to deal with, and it hits you differently. I know people say physical abuse is this and sexual abuse. Mental is just as bad. You know, you gotta build yourself up.
Push someone to do some harm to their self. You know what I'm saying? So it's really almost worse than physical.
Absolutely. But listen, before we're gonna come back, you guys, we're gonna give you some steps on how to overcome all this. We're not gonna leave you hanging. We're gonna have a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Join us back. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this page on your page. Okay? We'll be back.
Are you dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur, but you're not sure where or how to start? At Entrepreneurs Academy 101, our online program will guide you step by step on how to start and grow your own business. We offer courses such as how to write a business plan, how to create a budget, and so much more. Our online training program is designed for you to learn at your own pace, and there's no set order to complete this program. Because our academy is online, you have the choice to learn with a group, with friends, or individually. Upon completion of the entire curriculum, you will receive a certificate of achievement to acknowledge that you have completed the training needed to become a successful entrepreneur. So enroll today to design the life that you love. Contact your entrepreneur coach, Brenda Myers, at 601-672-0695 or visit our website at www.entrepreneursacademy101.com for more information.
The Mississippi Link is an African-American female-owned newspaper with a trusted voice that is highly respected throughout the city, state, and nation. Our motto, Keepers of the Knowledge for People Who Speak the Truth, since 1993. Link significantly influences the thoughts, attitudes, and buying decisions of its readers. Call us at 601-368-8481 for your advertising needs. If you would like to receive a newspaper in the mail each week, our annual subscription is only $52 per year. That is only $1 per week for you to stay informed regarding many stories that you can only get in the Mississippi Link. Sign up today at themississippiLink.com and click on Home Delivery.
What's up? We're back. Thank you all so much for coming back with us, and we are getting ready to get back into our topic as we are talking about trauma and how it resulting from alienation of affection. Hopefully you all are enjoying this topic, and if you are, go ahead and give us give us some hearts on there. Don't forget, every time I say go and get you some healing, you say I believe I will in the comments. So we're going to come back. Kanoy, thanks again for joining us
thank
today.
You. Appreciate it.
This has really been good. I
tell my
appreciate
girl she can have a job back next week.
She can have it back next week.
Come back.
Was it a long drive for you?
No, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't that bad. Okay. Miranda, you hear that? He said you can have your job back next week.
We speak healing over you right now.
So listen. We want to give you some points, some things to do when you're feeling like there's some alienation of affection going on in your relationship. We want to give you some points, some things how you can overcome these things, even just on your own, or some things even with your partner on how to think. The first thing to do, Kanoy kind of hit it on this a little earlier, is talk about it with your partner. Your partner is not a mind reader.
Help with that.
It's interesting. Is when you talk about it, and I have this real bad, you guys, because my problem is I want to talk about it when I want to talk about it, because I'm this person that I usually want to talk about it and I be done with it. Like, I don't hold grudges, so I want to be like, hey, Kanoy, come on, let's have this conversation. And you may not be ready to talk about it.
I'm just gonna say, but I'm changing all right now.
You may not be even you may need to just have a peaceful moment. You may not be ready, but I'm ready to talk about it when I'm ready to talk about it, right? Okay. And so I really have to deal with Felicia on that, because I really gotta kind of chime in with my partner. I ain't dating right now, but I gotta chime in.
It's a give and take, though. I feel like you
ready
to talk. I should be okay.
We gotta kind of feel each other out. So talking about it with your partner, make sure that you all are on the same page of how that talk should go. You all should probably have had that conversation early on. How should we handle conversations? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you all can be at a peaceful place, so you won't cause additional friction.
Yeah, exactly.
Point 2: don't expect your significant other to meet all your needs. Man. This one right here.
Hello, somebody.
This one right here blew me away. I was sitting here writing these notes out. Don't expect them to meet all of your needs. You don't spend time with anybody else. You don't have nobody else. You don't have no other friends. You don't have nothing else you could do.
But what about those ladies who said, I want to marry someone, my best friend. That's what they said. I want to marry my best friend.
That's absolutely
We're going to do everything together. We're going to travel. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Let me tell you how that works. My ex-husband pulled that with me. When we first got married, he said, listen, I don't do girls trips and guys trips. We're going to do everything together. We're going to travel together. And all that was fine until it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, I found myself just stuck saying, I was like 50, 51, 52, right? I'm 55 now. So I was, and I was like, okay, I'm just sitting in the house. And you said we were going to do everything together. And I'm not from Mississippi. So I was just here. I don't have family here. I didn't build a circle here because he said we were going to do everything together.
Yeah.
Listen.
He was going to be your best for your role.
Yeah. That's a bunch of hogwash. Build your circle.
Build your
Do
circle.
your things. Don't give up your life for the sake of your relationship. And your relationship should understand that.
And a caveat to that. When you build your circle, build you some positive people around you. Some people with the same goals around you. Don't build nobody that's going the opposite direction now.
That's right. And don't tell them about your relationship.
Keep that. Ain't got no business.
They should not know about your relationship. They should know how good or how bad your relationship is. Because some of them friends, y'all, when you tell them how good it is, they're going to be trying.
Come on now.
I know what I'm saying.
No, they ain't like that. Come on.
They ain't? Okay. Well, that's what he said. Number 3, spend some time with your friends, y'all. Y'all gonna have them girl trips. Have them guy trips. It's okay. Make sure they're healthy, as he stated. Make sure that they're positive. Make sure that they don't tear down your relationship.
Exactly.
Make sure that I'm funny about inviting people in my house, but
Felicia, I see this so much. Like I said, the positive people, because one spoiled apple. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That whole circle of,
you got to have like-minded
have
people.
Some people, and I call friends the ones that can chastise you.
Yeah.
If you're
they
wrong,
should be able to tell you when you're wrong.
Felicia, now you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's friends though. You see what I'm saying? A lot of folks don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want folks to clap them and they wrong and all. No.
Yeah.
No. Get you somebody gonna pull your coattail.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I did when I got my divorce. January of 2022. I got my divorce in 21. January of 2022, I booked a trip to Vegas.
By yourself?
By myself.
I travel like that.
Now this was my first time booking a trip by myself. And I thought Vegas was the most bizarre place to go by myself. Because that's one of the places you really want to go with people.
Yeah.
But I figured if I can conquer Vegas, I can conquer any other place.
By yourself,
and I so enjoyed it. I went to shows. I went to comedy shows. I was in the casinos. I was up and down the strip just all by myself. Just
conquering like I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
That was a part of my healing.
That's good.
I was writing my book then, so I hadn't finished writing my book. That was a part of my time. I needed to get by myself, and all of that helped me. I didn't want a crowd. I didn't want an entourage. I even spent one of the days and didn't leave the hotel at all. I just wanted a peaceful moment.
Yeah, that's good, and that's a good healing thing.
Yeah,
and
like you need that.
Alone.
Yeah,
I love to go by myself.
Yeah. Number 4, find your hobby. Find your hobby, y'all. I worked out every day.
Really?
I worked out every day. I done fell off a little bit now, but I'm gonna get back there. But find you a hobby. We talked about psychodrama. I think it was last week. Psychodrama is the thing that bring you peace. Like what if it's cooking, if it's working out, if it's praying, if it's reading a book, if it's going by the water. Find you a hobby. Find you your psychodrama.
Would you recommend the spouse for them to find a hobby together?
I would recommend them to find a hobby together. Absolutely. But I still would recommend you to find your hobby alone as well.
Separate too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think finding you a hobby together gives you all that something to do
so, and
that you all enjoy.
My ex, that's what we did. We found the hobby. We started cycling.
Okay.
And so I was cycling before we got together. And she said, you know what? Buy me a bike.
Okay.
And so, and that was our thing. That was our thing. We traveled everywhere.
But does she still cycle now?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
The hobby should be a thing that both of you all enjoy. That even if you all
split
separated,
up,
it's a thing that
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm calling her.
You should ask.
She got me blocked. No, I'm kidding.
She should. If you out there listening, you probably doing good. Develop you some self-care activities. Y'all. Now, my notes got you take you some long baths, listen to your favorite music, get your nails done. I don't consider getting my nails done a self-care. I absolutely hate getting my nails done. So I'm like
that's self-care.
I can't stand it. If I got to go in there and listen to people talk in another language, that's not peaceful to me.
Okay.
I want to go and I want to relax. I want self-care. Just let me,
What about your feet? Your water. You chilling? Pedicure?
Talking to me. I mean, I do it.
But that's not enjoyable?
It's not enjoyable.
Wow.
I do it because I feel like it just got to be done.
Massage?
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's self-care
That's
to me.
self-care.
Yeah. Couples therapy.
Very good.
If y'all are dealing with some alienation of affection,
That's very good.
you know, that therapy is gonna help y'all out. We are so, especially black people. We have a problem
Oh, don't get me started on that.
sitting before a therapist.
Because we've been, I get so mad at people, dude. I be having people come talk to me, hit my inbox. Hey, I need, lady, you pay insurance. You've been paying insurance on your job for 50 years. Do you know you can go and sit in somebody? I go to my doctor. He got good coffee. I love coffee. So I don't even be nothing wrong. I just say, look, man, I'm finna come over. What you doing? You got a patient? No, come on. You pay for it in a way.
Listen, I just said this. I'm a director of HR, right? I just said this. Insurances will give you 5 free sessions, right? And all you got to do is change the reason you're going back to them. They're gonna give you 5 more free sessions.
We think because we go see a psychiatrist,
There's something
they're
wrong
gonna
with us.
label us. Yeah, yeah.
So what? It's wrong with me then.
Yeah.
I need to go talk to somebody.
I suggest, and here's another little couples. I think I don't care how long you've been married. I think you should go to tune-up sessions.
Oh yes.
I don't know if you think
Yes.
that's important. I think you should go to tune-up sessions.
I think
and
it's
it don't have to be
important.
nothing wrong. You can go and tell them about y'all crushing some goals or something.
Yeah.
But I think tune-up session and go after your. I just think that I don't know.
You know why I think that that's important? Because I often feel like relationships are a contract.
Yeah.
And in the contracts, you know how you have a contract and you know everybody's doing okay, and then somewhere along the line, the contract, you kind of go off the contract a little bit. You need to go back and you may need to renegotiate the terms of the contract so you don't get off.
There you go.
And so maybe that's your fine tuning of the contract. Sitting before the council.
Every now and then they go and sit and chat, have a conversation.
It's important. How about explore new ways of intimacy with your partner?
Explain that before I go off the deep end.
Because you will.
Explain that before I go off the deep end. Put that in layman's terms, right?
So while men and women relate differently to intimacy, the lack of intimacy can bring a sense of loneliness. Okay. So for both partners, you want to make sure that women may find it harder to become physical intimacy, but not emotionally intimacy. Men may find it harder to become emotionally intimacy and not physical. So now you got to find new ways to engage each other in the ways that they feel.
So we had a conversation at the cigar shop last week, and it wasn't camera, nothing. It just so happened we just started talking on it. And a young lady was in there, had just got a divorce. The guy, everything, he had checked every box. He was a perfect dude. Guess why they divorced?
Sex was good.
Nope. She said because he wasn't supporting her emotionally. And the guys in the shop didn't understand what she was saying. I did, though. I get it. I get it. He was not supporting her emotionally.
Yeah.
And you know how hard it is to physically touch you if I'm not there?
Yeah.
And I tell God, and that was a study today, I think, on black women and the postpartum. And they was like, the number is high because black males don't support our women emotionally.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, I got the baby. Go get your break. That type of just emotional support because we don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think even on the flip side, because a part of my note says exploring touch other than sexual touch, but also exploring new sexual positions.
Oh, my God.
I think that this is a grown-up show. It's
But
a very grown-up show. And I think that people in general have to find ways that's going to keep their relationship spiced on all levels. Whether it's emotional or whether it's sexual. You got to make sure that spice stays there.
You got to go on the bathroom.
If you want to make sure that Bonshika don't get Johnny's attention.
Come on now.
You want to make sure that Ray don't get LaQuisha's attention.
Bro,
you got to make sure.
You got to keep that thing spicy.
You got to make sure that you keep it spicy.
Go on out down the bathroom and let somebody watch you.
Whatever the case may be, whatever floats your boat.
Floats your
Now, as I always say, I know yeah, most of y'all know me as pastor, and this ain't no preaching show. But the Bible says
Come on
that the marriage bed is undefiled.
Come on
So
now.
y'all stop letting people put all those restrictions on how y'all can do and how y'all can't do y'all marital bed.
I'm going back. And the single female preachers out there that believe in that word. I love that.
This man crazy.
Woo! Yes, Lord.
All right, now this one is gonna be big, y'all. Take a social media break.
Cut it off.
Sometimes you have to. You know how many times I go out? I take myself out to dinner a lot these days. But I can go out and watch people sit at the table, and they're supposed to be on a date, and each one of them are like this. Or families can be out,
I mean,
and
they
all
all
of them,
day.
the
I'm talking about
kids,
that's what they
just out there.
that's funny. That's I have a friend guy that when they do dinner, he still do old style dinner, like everybody sit at the table.
Yeah.
And he got a basket. And
You gotta put your
everybody
phones in.
Put their phone in their basket.
Mhm.
And he does that like once or twice a week. I think that's so cool. I mean,
I think that is cool. I think that if we get back to the basics, you know, we've been talking about that, in church, like get back to the basics with, prayer and all that. But if we get back to the basics in family life, back in the day when grandmama and them was raising us, we didn't have all of this because we didn't have social media, but we didn't have
we didn't
online.
have nobody to try to be like and all that.
Yeah.
All we knew was how grandma and granddad and them did, and it worked.
It worked for them.
You think
No matter
my
what.
dad and mom married 53 years. You don't hear about that no more.
Even with outside kids, they were still married.
Come on now. I'm telling you. He killed that hog. He had to take it three houses.
Yes. So my last 2 points. One says volunteer in your community. That kind of goes hand in hand. Find some things to do, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being stuck in the house. If I had written down these points, I want to say this loosely because a lot of things took place in my last marriage. So I want to say this really. But if I had thought about a lot of these things while I was married, I probably still would be married.
Well, let me ask you this here. Why we can't take this now and go reconcile?
You go reconcile.
Never go ahead.
You always listen, anybody from my church, because I almost cussed him out.
No, what I'm saying though, so the Bible says what you said about, we forgive. So we can take all these notes.
I have forgiven him.
We can take all these notes and let's go
we
back
are friends.
and let's go. Y'all go
We're
have
cool.
a conversation and reconcile.
I'm good.
And let's heal together.
I'm good, I said. Now, you can take the notes and take them back to your ex and y'all go heal. But I'm not going back. And then number 11, stay physically connected. Make sure that there's always that connection. Make sure that you all are always in tune with one another. Even if it's that, you said something earlier, making sure that throughout the day, that intimacy throughout the day, or reaching her throughout the day to make sure that
and it could be some simple, hey, big head. It could be some of the simple little thing to make it.
However y'all joking, however y'all joke,
I mean,
but you gotta build up
you
that.
You got
If that kind of stuff takes place throughout the day, that by the time she gets home, she'll be like, I can't wait to get home. I remember this apostle said a long time ago. He and his wife, they used to, I don't want to call their name, but they're in Chicago, but they used to do all these marriage shows, and it was so. This is how I got to, what was that number? 1,825.
I remember that 1825.
This is how I got to that number. I remember they were like my people that I looked up to. And so he said he was driving down the street one day and he saw this girl. She had on some denim, like cut off denim jeans, and she had cut them into some shorts. And you know how they just start unraveling? He said, and it looked good to him. It turned him on. Married man, apostle. He said, it turned me on. He said, and I kept looking at her. He said, I picked up my phone. I called my wife. He said, I need you to do me a favor. He said, go get a pair of your old jeans and cut them up and put them on and have them on when I get there. She didn't ask no questions. She didn't say, why you want me to do that? Or what's that for? Or somebody must have. She said, she just did it. And he said, I'll tell you about it when I get home. When he got home, she had the shorts on. He said, I saw this girl. She had those shorts on, and she looked good in them. He said, but that wasn't the last thing that I wanted to see. He said, it turned me on. I wanted my woman to have more.
Come on, man.
I want my woman to turn me on.
God.
And she asked no questions. And so when she told her version of the story, she said, if my husband had asked me to dangle from a chandelier, I would have hung.
Ooh.
And so
They don't make them no more though.
where I got this 1825 number
They
from
don't make them no more.
was
God.
from their story. And I said, God, I want to be that kind of wife. I don't want to be no wife no more. I said, I want to be that kind of wife. I want to be this kind of wife right here that my husband never have to say.
It's easy to do for a woman. You could be that. But I think the flip side of it is a woman, and I say this all the time, if a woman see a man giving 100%, she would give him 1,000.
Absolutely.
Because it's just in y'all.
She gonna break her back to make sure
That's what I'm telling you. It's in y'all. It's just us knuckleheads. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you really can't trust her. You want to give us all, but you like, you even make a fool of me,
Or you get that all from over here, but then you want to get the all from Susie too.
All that too. That bring Susie. No.
Hey, now this is what you always got to go off the end.
I told you. Come on. The last point. What's the last point?
That was the last point.
That was good. That is a good story.
Let me give y'all some final thoughts because this man don't even talk crazy.
Good.
Loneliness in relationships happen for a lot of reasons. Being willing to be honest with yourself about why you are feeling sad and lonely is the first step. You got to admit it to yourself first, and then you can fix it. Once you have identified why you feel this way, you can take the steps to correct it. But you got to identify why you feel this way. It requires work, but in the end, you will find yourself living a more fulfilled life with your partner once you have addressed it. You and your partner can do the work, and you will no longer feel alienated in your relationship.
Go on, get you some healing.
Go on and get y'all some healing.
Okay, go on, get
Put
you some
that
healing.
in the comments. I believe I will.
Go on, get you some healing. That's good.
Y'all, put your hands together for our co-host today.
Put your hand up. You appreciate you having me. Seriously,
thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
having me.
Can you tell the folks where they can find you at?
Yes. On all platforms. Kenora Brown on Facebook, definitely. Then KBRS Show on Facebook and IG. Me and Tracy, Michelle, we on every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So definitely y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all follow me. Do that.
You got some events coming up?
Yeah. We got the Nissan Christmas party this Saturday. We at Social 21. Come on, what you doing?
Saturday?
Right down the street on County Line Road. We right there. Come on out. Maybe they don't have a good wing ding, jolly Christmas,
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got the Ugly Sweater concert, ugly Sweater party, 22nd in Canada at the Multipurpose.
Okay.
What have we
I think I got something to do on the 22nd, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then we have the big toy drive on the 24th in Canada. Y'all got some toys. Call me. I'm pick these children toys up, y'all. If y'all got any toys or whatever, bring me some toys.
I'll get you a toy or two.
Better Man Society in Canada is doing that. So he do that every year. So I think that's so cool.
Okay. Y'all can get some toys to me. I'll get them to them.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go.
Make sure the kids are taken care of for Christmas. Listen, y'all can find me on Facebook, Felicia Lynette. You can find me on my group page at Refocused. You can find me on my business page at Felicia Lynette. You can find me on Instagram at Felicia Lynette Refocused, and on YouTube as Pastor Felicia. And then, of course, I'm here every Monday. I think I have one more Monday before the end of the year break.
You taking a break?
Well, it'll be Christmas
time.
Christmas on Monday, and then New Year's on a Monday. And then we'll be back. Miranda will be back with us. And
Miranda.
Don't do that. So, yeah, she'll be back with us on next Monday. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please make sure that you like and share this to some other people who could use some healing, who's dealing with the same things that we've been talking about today. This was a really great topic. Don't forget, you can find my book on Amazon or Barnes & Nobles, Felicia Lynette, or the book name is called Situations, The Lies Beneath Them All. And any of my product you can inbox me for. It's been great. Thank you all so much. And go and get y'all some healing.
Go and get you some healing. I like that.
All right. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.